Hello everyone, welcome to the Prime Math Lovers YouTube channel. This video is part of a series tailored for those preparing for their algebra final exam. It marks the initial segment of Algebra Exam, covering 40 questions with detailed answers. In this segment, we'll tackle problem 1 through 20. For each problem, I suggest pausing the video to solve it independently. Afterward, resume the video to check your answer. Let's begin with the first question. Question 1. Simplify, then find the square root of this expression. X over 1 minus x squared minus x over 1 minus x. To subtract the fractions, we need a common denominator. In this case, the common denominator is 1 minus x squared. So we multiply numerator and denominator of the second fraction by 1 minus x, resulting x over 1 minus x squared minus x times 1 minus x over 1 minus x squared. Then we simplify, distribute x into the parentheses, so I will have x over 1 minus x squared minus x squared over 1 minus x squared. And we can simplify, the denominator is same, x minus x squared. And we distribute negative sign inside the parenthesis, so I'll have x minus x plus x squared. Then I can cancel positive x with negative x, and I'll have x squared over 1 minus x squared. The statement of problems asks us to find the square root of the expression, so we need the square root of this, which is very simple. So square root of our expression x over 1 minus x squared minus x over 1 minus x is equal to x over 1 minus x. The square root of x squared will be x, and the square root of 1 minus x squared will be 1 minus x. Question 2. Expand binomials 2x plus 3 times 5x minus 3. For multiplying two binomials, we use FOIL method. The FOIL method is a technique used to multiply two binomials. It stands for first, outside, O, inside, and last. Assuming we want to multiply ax plus b and cx plus c together. The first step is first. Multiply the first term of each binomial together. Means we multiply ax with cx. The result will be acx squared. Outside. Multiply the outer terms of each binomial. Means we multiply ax and d. And the result will be adx. Inside or inner. Multiply the inner terms of each binomial. Means we multiply b by cx, and the result will be bcx. And the last one is last. Multiply the last term of each binomial together. Means we multiply b and d. So it will be plus bd. And the last step, finally, is add all the products obtained from the previous steps to get a final result. Means we combine these two terms together because both are the coefficients of x. And the result will be acx squared plus ad plus bc times x plus bd. Let's illustrate the fall to solve our question. 2x plus 3 times 5x minus 3. First, we multiply 2x and 5x. The result will be 10x squared. Outside, we multiply 2x by 3, will be minus 6x. Inside, we multiply positive 3 and 5x, will be positive 15x. And the last, we multiply positive 3 by negative 3, and it will be negative 9. Now we combine negative 6x and positive 15x, and the result will be 10x squared plus 9x minus 9. Question 3. The expression x plus 3 times 2x minus 5 times 3x plus 1 can be written as ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, where a, b, c, and d are integers. Find the values of a, b, c, and d. We'll start by expanding the first two binomials and then multiply the result by the third binomial. Expanding two binomials, the result will be x times 2x is 2x squared, x times negative 5 will be negative 5x, 3 times 2x will be positive 6x, and 3 times negative 5 will be negative 15. Now, we multiply this, first we simplify this, and we will have 2x squared minus 5x plus 6x will be x minus 15 times 3x plus 1. Now we multiply these, the result by the third one. 2x squared times 3x will be 6x cubed. 2x squared times 1 will be 2x squared. X times 3x will be 3x squared. X times 1 will be x. Negative 15 times 3x will be negative 45x. And negative 15 times 1 will be negative 15. Now we write down and add the same exponent. x3, x cubed has only one term, so it will be 6x cubed. 2x squared plus 3x squared will be 5x squared. Plus x minus 45x is minus 44x, and negative 15 will be negative 15. So this is in the form of ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. And the a is 6, b is 5, c is negative 44, and d is negative 15. Question 4. The area of the rectangle is 6 times larger than the area of the triangle. Find the value of x. We have a rectangle and a right angle triangle. The length of the rectangle is 18 centimeter and the width is x centimeter. And the base of the triangle is 5 and the height is 6. To solve this, we need to find the area of both the triangle and the rectangle. Area of a triangle is given by 1 over 2 times base times height. Base is 5 as height is 6. So area of the triangle will be 1 over 2 times 5 times 6. 5 times 6 will be 30. Divided by 2 will be 15. Now we need to find the area of the rectangle. We know that the area of the rectangle is given by length times width. The length is 18 centimeter and width is x. So the area of the triangle will be 18x. But the problem statement states that the area of the rectangle is equal to 6 times of area of triangle, of the triangle. So means 18x is equal to 6 times 15. 6 times 15 is 90. So 18x is equal to 90. Then I divide both sides of the equation by 18. I cancel 18 with 18, and x is equal to 19 over 18, or 19 divided by 18 is 5. So x is equal to 5. Question 5. ABC is an isosceles triangle. Find the value of x. To solve this problem, we'll use the property of an isosceles triangle, which states that in an isosceles triangle, the lengths of two sides or legs are equal. Given that the lengths of the legs in this triangle are 2x squared minus 3x minus 4 and 3x squared minus 7x plus 8. We will set them equal to each other, so we'll have 2x squared minus 3x plus 4 is equal to 3x squared minus 7x plus 8. I take all these three terms to the other side, so we will have 0 is equal to 3x squared minus 7x plus 8. 2x squared, when it goes to the other side, the sign will be negative, so it will be negative 2x squared. Negative 3x will be positive 3x, and positive 4 will be negative 4. And then we simplify. 3x squared minus 2x squared will be x squared. Negative 7x plus 3x will be negative 4x. And 8 minus 4 will be 4. So x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. We know from algebra, from this identity that states that a minus b squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And if we apply this to x minus 2 squared, we will have x squared minus 4x plus 4. Exactly what we have in our equation. It means that we can rewrite this side of equation as x minus 2 squared is equal to 0. And if we take square root of both sides, we will have x minus 2 is equal to 0. And we take negative to the other side, it will be positive 2. So therefore, x is 2. Question 6. Simplify this expression. 4x squared minus 9 divided by 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. First, we simplify the numerator. We have an identity in algebra named difference of squares. States that a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. We can rewrite our numerator, and we replace 4x squared with 2x to the power of 2 and 9 with 3 to the power of 2. So it is 2x to the power of 2 minus 3 to the power of 2. It is something like our identity. So we can apply this identity, the difference of squares identity, to this, and we will have 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 3. Now we need to simplify and factorize the denominator, which is 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. First, we'll multiply the coefficients of x squared, which is 6, by the constant term, which is negative 3. And the result is negative 18. So 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Then we find factors of negative 18. 1 and negative 18 is one factor. Negative 1 and positive 18, 2 and negative 9, negative 2 and 9, 3 and negative 6, negative 3 and 6. Sorry, I wrote it down wrongly. It is negative 3 and 6. And we need to find a pair that when we add the two numbers, we get the coefficient of x, which is 7. If we add minus 2 or negative 2 and positive 9, we will get 7x. So negative 2, positive 9 is 7. So we can write positive 7x as negative 2x plus 9x. I'll do this with our expression. So it will be 6x squared minus 2x plus 9x. I replaced plus 7x with this. Then we from the first pair, from these two pair, I factor out 2x. I'll have 2x times 3x minus 1. From 6x squared, I will get 3x, and from minus 2x, I'll get minus 1. And from the second pair, I factor out plus 3, positive 3, and I'll have 3 times 3x minus 1. Now I can factor out 3x minus 1, and I'll get 3x minus 1 times 2x plus 3. Back to our fraction, we get 4x squared minus 9 over 6x squared plus 7x minus 3. We can replace the numerator with what we've calculated before. So we will get 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 3. And we replace denominator by 3x minus 1 times 2x plus 3, what we've calculated here. Then we can cancel 2x plus 3 from numerator and denominator. And finally, we get our expression is equal to 2x minus 3 over 3x minus 1. Question 7. Factorize each expression completely. First one is x squared minus 7x plus 12. This is a quadratic form expression. First, we multiply the coefficients of x squared, which is 1, with the constant, which is 12. And we get 1 times 12 is 12. Then we write down all the factors of 12, which are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, negative 1 and negative 12, negative 2 and negative 6, negative 3 and negative 4. Then we need to find two numbers that add to give the coefficients of x, which is negative 7. In this case, the numbers are negative 3 and negative 4. Negative 3 and negative 4, minus 3 minus 4 will be minus 7. So we rewrite the equation and replace this term, negative 7x, with minus 3x minus 4x. So we rewrite the expression. X squared minus 7x plus 12 is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 12. Group them into two pairs, this pair and this pair. Factor out the greatest common factor from each pair separately. From the first pair, we factor out x, so we'll get x times x minus 3. And from the second pair, we factor out minus 4, and we will get minus 4 times x minus 3. Notice that both pairs have a common factor of x minus 3. We factor out x minus 3, this common binomial factor, and we get x minus 3 times x minus 4. We have successfully factorized the quadratic expression of x squared minus 7x plus 12 into the product of two binomial factors of x minus 3 and x minus 4. And part 2 is 6x squared minus x minus 1. It is similar to the part 1. So it is another exercise for you. First, we multiply the coefficients of x squared with the constant number. So 6 times minus 1 is equal to negative 6. And we write down all factors of negative 6, which are 1 and negative 6, negative 1 and 6, 2 and negative 3, negative 2 and 3. we need to find a pair that when we add the members together, we get the coefficients of x. Coefficients of x is -1. And +2 and -3 are the pair with these characteristics. +2 minus 3 is -1. So we can rewrite minus x as minus 3x plus 2x. I write down the expression. So 6x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 6x squared minus 3x plus 2x minus 1. In these two terms, I factor out 3x and I'll get 3x times 2x minus 1. And in the next two terms, I factor 1. So it will be 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1 is the common, so I can factor out this one as well. So it will be 2x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. And finally, we get the final answer. So 6x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 2x minus 1 times 3x plus 1. Question 7, part 3. Factorize each expression completely. 16x squared minus 25. I rewrite the expression and instead of 16x2, I write down 4x to the power of 2. And instead of 25, I write down 5 to the power of 2. From the difference of squares identity, we have a squared minus b squared is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So 4x squared minus 5 squared is equal to 4x plus 5 times 4x minus 5. So the third part is as simple as that. 16x squared minus 25 is equal to 4x plus 5 times 4x minus 5. Question 7, part 4. 8x cubed minus 27. For simplifying this expression, we use difference of cubes identity, which states a cubed minus b cubed is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. I have another video that proves this identity. You can find that from my channel. So we apply this on our expression. First, I write down 8x cubed as 2x to the power of 3, and I write down 27 as 3 to the power of 3. We know that 2 to the power of 3 is 8, and x to the power of 3 will be x cubed. And 3 to the power of 3 is 27. So we apply this identity into this. So we will get 2x minus 3 times 2x squared, which will be 4x squared, plus ab plus 2x times 3, which will be 6x, and plus b squared, which is 3 squared, which will be 9. So part 4 is solved as well, and 8x cubed minus 27 is equal to 2x minus 3 times 4x squared plus 6x plus 9. Question 8. Solve this equation. 3 over 2x minus 3 is equal to 5 over 3x minus 1. To solve this equation, we follow these steps. First, we cross multiply to get rid of fractions. So the result will be 3 times 3x minus 1 is equal to 5 times 2x minus 3. Then distribute the numbers on both sides and we get 9x plus 3 is equal to 10x minus 15. And I add minus 9x plus 3 to both sides of the equation. So minus 9x plus 15 to first side and minus 9x plus 15 to other side. This 9x with this negative 9x will be cancelled. This negative 15 but with positive 15 will be cancelled. On the second hand side, I'll have 10x minus 9x, which will be x. And the first side will be 15 minus 3, which is 12. So x is equal to 12 is the answer for our question. X is equal to 12. Question 9. What is the slope of the line passing through the points 2 and 2 and negative 4 and 6? A 2 over 3, B negative 3 over 2, C 2, and D negative 2 over 3. To find the slope of the line passing through points x1 with coordinate of x1 and y1 and x2 and y2, we use this formula. Change in y over change in x. It means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. In our problem, in our questions, y2 is 6, y1 is 2, x2 is negative 4, and x1 is positive 2. So slope will be equal to 6 minus 2 over minus 4 minus 2. 6 minus 2 will be 4, and minus 4 minus 2 will be minus 6. We can write down 4 as 2 times 2 and 6 as 2 times 3. And then we cancel 2 from numerator and denominator. And the final answer of the slope will be negative 2 over 3. So D is the correct answer. Question 10. Which equation is represented by this graph? A, y is equal to 3x minus 3. B, y is equal to x plus 3. C, y is equal to 3x plus 3. And D, y is equal to negative 3x plus 3. Because the graph is a straight line, the equation corresponding to it will be the form of y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is the y-intercept, the point the line intersects the x-axis. As we saw in the previous questions, the formula for calculating slope is change in y over change in x. Means y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Y2 and x2 are the coordinate of like point 2, and y1 and x1 are the coordinate of the other point. So we have one point with the coordinates of 0 and 3, and other point with the coordinates of negative 1 and 0. So y2 is 3 and y1 is 0. x2 is 0 and x1 is negative 1. So 3 minus 1 over 0 minus negative 1. So it will be 3 over 1 or 3. So slope of the line is 3. Now we need to calculate and find the y-intercept. Y-intercept, as I said, is the point that graph or line intersects y-axis, which is this point. So y-intercept is 3. B is 3, and equation of the graph or of the line or outline will be y is equal to 3x plus 3. So C is the correct answer. Y is equal to 3x plus 3. Question 11. Solve the equation 2 times 3x minus 2 minus 5 is equal to 4 times x minus 3 plus 7. Answers are x is equal to 3, x is equal to 1, x is equal to negative 7, and x is equal to 2. First we distribute the numbers and we get 6x minus 4 minus 5 is equal to 4x minus 12 plus 7. Then we simplify and we get 6x minus 9 is equal to 4x minus 5. Minus 4, negative 4, negative 5 will be negative 9, and negative 12, positive 7 will be negative 5. Then we add negative 4x positive 9 to both sides of the equation. Now I can cancel this negative 9 with this positive 9, and this 4x with this negative 4x. And what I get in the right hand side is 6x minus 4x, which will be 2x, and the right hand side will be 9 minus 5 will be 4, which is equal to 4. So 2x is equal to 4. I divide both sides by 2. This 2 will cancel with this one, and x is equal to 2. So D is the correct answer. Question 12. Both rectangles have the same area. Find the value of x. These both rectangles have the same area, and they gave us the sides of triangles, and we need to find x. To solve this, we need to find the area of both rectangles and set equal to each other. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. So for this blue rectangle, the area will be 4 times 2x plus 3, and for this orange rectangle will be 8 times 2x. So we write down 8 times 2x is equal to 4 times 2x plus 3, and then we need to solve this equation. So it will be 16x is equal to, I expand 4 inside, so it will be 8x plus 12. Then I add minus 8 to the both sides, so it will be 16x minus 8x is equal to 8x plus 12 minus 8x. I can cancel this 8x with this negative 8x. On the left hand side I've got 8x, and on the right hand side I've got 12. So I divide both sides by 8, and I cancel this 8 with this 8. X is equal to 12 over 8. 12 is 4 times 3, and 8 is 4 times 2. So I cancel this 4 with this 4, and x will be 2 over 3. Question 13. Simplify this expression. 3x cubed y squared to the power of 3 times 2x squared y cubed to the power of 4. We know that a times b to the power of m is equal to a to the power of m times b to the power of m. So we can apply this rule, and we get we can write down this term as 3 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 times y to the power of 2 to the power of 3 times, and this one will be 2 to the power of 4 times x to the power of 2 to the power of 4 times y to the power of 3 to the power of 4. 3 to the power of 3 is, we multiply 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3 will be 9 times 3 and 27. So 3 times 3 will be 27. Again, there is a rule, power of power rule. If we apply this for this, it says that a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m times n. So x to the power of 3, for instance, to the power of 3 will be x to the power of 3 times 3, or x to the power of 9. Also 2 to the power of 4 means we multiply 2 4 times. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Now we apply. So it's 3 to the power of 3 is 27. As we apply this rule, the power of power rule. So x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 is x to the power of 9. We calculate it here. Y to the power of 2 to the power of 3 is y to the power of 2 times 3, or y to the power of 6. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. X to the power of 2 to the power of 4 is x to the power of 2 times 4, and will be x to the power of 8. And y to the power of 3 to the power of 4 is y to the power of 12, because 3 times 4 will be 12. There is another rule, says that now next step we rearrange this and write it down as 27 times 16 times x to the power of 9 times x to the power of 8 times y to the power of 6 times y to the power of 12. There is another rule that says that a to the power of m times a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n. So we can add these powers together because the base are the same. 27 times 16 will be 432, and we apply this rule. It will be x to the power of 9 plus 8 and y to the power of 6 plus 12, or 432 times x to the power of 17 times y to the power of 18. 9 plus 8 is 17, and 6 plus 12, 18. So we solve the questions, and our expression is equal to 432 x to the power of 17 y to the power of 18. Question 14. Simplify this expression like the previous question. 3x squared y cubed to the power of 4 over 2x cubed y squared to the power of 3. First we apply this rule. It states a times b to the power of m is equal to m to the power of a to the power of m times b to the power of m. So we can apply this rule to our expression, and we'll get 3 to the power of 4 times x to the power of 2 to the power of 4 times y to the power of 3 to the power of 4 over 2 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 times x to the power of 2 to the power of 3. Now we apply 3 to the power of 4 is 18. We apply this rule. This is power of power rules. A to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m times n. So x to the power of 2 to the power of 8 is x to the power of 2 times, x to the power of 2 to the power of 4 is equal to x to the power of 2 times 4, or x to the power of 8. And 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So we rewrite it. It will be 81 times x to the power of 2 times 4 means x to the power of 8, y to the power of 3 times 4, 12, over 8 times x to the power of 3 to the power of 3, x to the power of 9, y to the power of 2 times 3, or y to the power of 6. And we know another rule that states a to the power of m plus n is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. I rewrite this, and I write y to the power of 12 as y to the power of 6 plus 6. And also I write x to the power of 9 as x to the power of 8 plus 1. I want to simplify this power of 8 to the power of 6 with this and this with this. So then apply this rule, and x to the power of 6 plus 6 is equal to, y to the power of 6 plus 6 is equal to y to the power of 6 times y to the power of 6. And x to the power of 8 plus 1 is equal to 8 to the power of 8 times x to the power of 1. Now I can cancel this x to the power of 8 with this one. And I can cancel y to the power of 6 with y to the power of 6 on denominator. So the result will be 81 times 8 to the power of 6 over 8x. So our expression is equal to 81 y to the power of 6 over 8x. Question 15. Solve this quadratic equation by factoring 6x squared minus 11x plus 3 is equal to 0. First we multiply coefficients of x squared, which is 6, with 3, and we get 18. Then we write down all the factors of 18, which is positive 1 times 18, negative 1 times negative 18, 2 times 9, negative 2 times negative 9, 3 times 6, negative 6 times negative 3. We need to find one pair of these factors, which when we add them together, we get coefficients of x, which here is negative 11. Negative 2 and negative 9, if we add them together, will be negative 11. So what we do, we rewrite the equation and replace negative 11x as negative 2x, negative 9x. So our equation will be 6x squared minus 2x minus 9x plus 3 is equal to 0. Then I factor between these two terms, factor out 2x, and I get 2x times 3x minus 1. And between these two, I factor out negative 3, and I get negative 3 times 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we have 3x minus 1 common, so we can factor this, and we get 3x minus 1 times 2x minus 3. When we have two terms multiplied together is equal to 0, we can set each term equal to 0. So 3x minus 1 equal to 0. We take minus 1 to the other side, and we get 3x is equal to 1. And we divide both sides by 3, and x will be equal to 1 over 3. Also, we need to set 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. 2x minus 3 is equal to 0, then 2x is equal to 3. And if we divide both sides by 2, we'll get x is equal to 3 over 2. Question 16. Solve this quadratic equation by delta formula, quadratic formula. This is the same equation, but this time we need to solve it with quadratic formula or delta formula. Delta formula states that for quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, all over 2a. So in our equation, a is equal to 6, b is equal to negative 11, and c is equal to 3. We replace these numbers in our formula. So x will be equal to negative 11 plus or minus square root of minus 11 squared minus 4 times 6 times 3. A and b is minus 11. We replace here and here. A is 6 here and here, and c is 3 here. Negative 11 will be 11. Negative 11 squared will be 121. 4 times 6 is 24, times 3 will be 72. So 11 plus or minus square root of 121 minus 72. 121 minus 72 is 49. And we know that the square root of 49 is 7. So x is equal to 11 plus or minus 7 over 12. So x is either 11 plus minus 7 over 12. 11 minus 7 is 4. And I can write down 12 as 4 by 3 and cancel 4 by 4. And x will be equal to 1 over 3. The other answer is with this plus. So x is equal to 11 plus 7 over 1 over 12. 11 plus 7 will be 18 over 12. I write down 18 as 6 times 3 and 12 as 6 times 2. I can cancel 6 from numerator and denominator, and answer x is equal to 3 over 2. Question 17. Solve this system of two equations. 3x minus 2y is equal to 9 and 2x minus 3y is equal to 1. We use elimination method to solve this question. In the elimination method, our aim is to eliminate one of the variables from the system of equations. Let's choose eliminate y. In the first equation, the coefficient is y is negative 2, and in the second equation is negative 3. To make these coefficients opposites, we multiply the first equations by positive 3 and the second one by negative 2. So we get 9x minus 6y is equal to 27, and negative 4x plus 6y is equal to minus 2, negative 2. When we add these two equations, then we add these two equations together and we get 9x minus 4x is equal to 5x. We can cancel this 6x, negative 6y with positive 6y. And on the other side, 27 minus 2 is 25. We divide both sides of the equation by 5. I cancel this 5 with this 5, and x will be 25 over 5, or 25 divided by 5, which is 5. X is equal to 5. Now we replace x in one of the equations, let's say the first one, with 5, and then find y. So 3 times 5, x is 5. Minus 2y is equal to 9. 3 times 5 is 15, minus 2y is equal to 9. We take 2y to other side and 9 to this side. So we have 16 minus 9 is equal to 2y. 16 minus 9 is 6, so 2y is equal to 6. I divide both sides by 2 and I get y is equal to 3. So the answer for this system of two equations are x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3. Question 18. Simplify 5x to the power of 4 minus 2x cubed plus 4 minus 3 minus 3x to the power of 4 minus x squared plus 5x minus 8. And these are the answers. We need to choose one of them. So first we distribute negative to the second parenthesis. So first one will be the same, and second one will be minus 3x to the power of 4 plus x squared minus 5x plus 8. Now we add the same exponents terms together. We have 4x to the power of 5x to the power of 4, and here we have negative 3x to the power of 4. So we get 2x to the power of 4. 5 minus 3 is 2. Then we have minus 2x to the minus 2x cubed. We don't have any x cubed, so we write it down, minus 2x cubed. We have only one x squared, that is one x, it will be x squared, so it is plus x squared. We have plus x here and negative 5x here. The result is minus 4x. Negative 3, positive 8 will be positive 5. Negative 3, positive 8 will be positive 5. So between these answers, this one, D, is the correct answer. 2x to the power of 4 minus 2x cubed plus x squared minus 4x plus 5. D is the correct answer. Question 19. Show that 2 minus 3x squared plus 7x plus 2 divided by x squared plus 6x plus 8 simplifies to a minus x over x plus b, where a and b are integers. First, I rewrite the expression in the form of fraction. So it will be 2 minus 3x squared plus 7x plus 2 over x squared plus 6x plus 8. Now we need to simplify numerator and denominator of this fraction. First, numerator. We multiply the coefficients of x squared, which is 3, with the constant term, which is 2, and we get 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. Then we write down all the factors of 6. The factors are 6 times 1 and 2 times 3. And between these factors, we need to find two numbers that when we add them together, we get the coefficients of the x, which is positive 7. And 6 and 1, when we add them, 6 plus 1 will be 7. So we can write down positive 7x as 6x plus x. Now we do the same thing for denominator. We multiply the coefficients of x squared with the constant term, which is 8. 1 times 8 is equal to 8. Factors of 8 are 8 times 1 and 2 times 4. Again, we need to find two numbers, and when we add them together, we get the coefficients of x, which is positive 6. 2 and 4 are these numbers. So 6x can be written as 2x plus 4x. I do this for our fractions. So I'll get 2 minus 3x squared plus 6x plus x plus 2 over x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8. Then we group the terms into two pairs, 3x squared plus 6x and x plus 2. Then factor out the greatest common factor from each pair separately. Greatest common factor of this pair is 3x. So I factor out 3x times x plus 2, and the greatest factor of this pair is 1. So plus x plus 2. I do the same for denominator. So between these x squared plus 2x, x is the greatest common factor. I factor out x, will be x times x plus 2. And between these two terms, I factor out 4, will be 4 times x plus 2. Now I factor out x plus 2 on numerator and denominator as well. So we get 2 minus x plus 2 times 3x plus 1 over x plus 2 times x plus 4. I can cancel x plus 2 from numerator and denominator, and I get 2 minus 3x plus 1 over x plus 4. The common denominator between 2 and this fraction is x plus 4. And I get 2 times x plus 4, which will be 2x plus 8, minus 3x minus 1 over x plus 4. 2x minus 3x will be minus x, or negative x, and 8 minus 1 will be 7. So it will be 7 minus x over x plus 4. 7 minus x is in this form. So if we assume a as 7, so it will be 7 minus x over x plus 4. A is 7 and b is 4. So our expression can be written as 7 minus x over x plus 4. Question 20. Solve the equation x squared divided by 11x plus 20 is equal to 1 divided by 3. First, I rewrite the equation as in the form of fractions. So I'll get x squared over 11x plus 20 is equal to 1 over 3. Then we cross multiply to get rid of the fraction, and means that we multiply x squared by 3 and multiply 11x plus 20 by 1, and like this, and we get 3x squared is equal to 11x plus 20. I take these two terms to the left hand side, and the result will be 3x squared minus 11x minus 20 is equal to 0, which is the form of a quadratic equation. We try to solve this quadratic equation by factoring. For doing this, we multiply the coefficients of x squared, which is 3, in the constant term, which is 20. So 3 times 20 is equal to 60. Then we write down all the factors of 60, which is 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, or 6 times 10. From between these factors, we need to find two numbers. Then when we add them together, we get the coefficients of x, which in our equation is negative 11. Positive 4 and negative 15 are those numbers. So positive 4, negative 15 is equal to negative 11. Or we can write down negative 11x as 4x minus 15x. I do the same and rewrite the equation. So I get 3x squared minus 15x plus 4x minus 20 is equal to 0. Between these two terms, I factor out the greatest common factor, which between these two are 3x. So it will be 3x times x minus 5. And between these two terms is 4 plus 4 times x minus 5. Now I can factor out x minus 5. So we get x minus 5 times 3x plus 4 equal to 0. When we have two factors multiplied together resulting in 0, it implies that each individual factors should be set equal to 0. First, we put x minus 5 is equal to 0. This means x is equal to 5. This is one of our answers for one of the roots of our equation. Or 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. We take 4 to the other side. 3x is equal to negative 4. And if we divide both sides of this equation by 3, we get x is equal to negative 4 over 3. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you like my teaching style, please consider giving us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and sharing this video with your friends. Thank you so much for your support. Wishing you an absolutely fantastic time wherever you are on this planet.